It seems like Kenya will have to pull off some magic with the remaining three legs of rugby. This comes after Kenya's outing in both the LA and Vancouver series ended with them dropping down up to number 13 on the logs. Remember, number 13, 12, 13, and 14 are going to be playing off qualifying playoff series for next year, and number 15 is relegated. So there's chances that Kenya might actually end up becoming an invitational side. That means, unless they get invited, wanaweza kosa kuja LA. This makes it very tricky and also gets to affect our qualification for the 2024 Paris Olympics, because now with South Africa also struggling and there are chances that South Africa might finish below the top 4 core teams, that means they will have to play the qualifiers, the African qualifiers. So that makes it hard again for Kenya and other contestants. And that's usually Kenya's slot to go to the Olympics. So tough times ahead. Ali, you were in LA. I'll start with you. So you watched the games, you watched live, you were in the stadium. What's your take on this? Do you see us pulling through?
You know, here's the interesting thing about this Kenya team. Despite our struggles, despite the fact that, like we've been having a very difficult time, like in the last 1 year, 2 years, we still are in a position to beat any team whenever we step on the pitch. That's how we're able to beat Australia. Like even Fiji is very cautious whenever they are playing Kenya. So that's one side I'm looking at. The other side, I think we came from, like we've talked about this before, we came from a golden generation. I keep watching those reels of this other generation of the sevens that has just recently retired. And I think we took it for granted and we thought that this is just how things are going to be. But I think we've seen, but I think we've seen what happens when the players are not properly taken care of. I don't think the issue is with talent of the players. I think it's a myriad of issues that are going on off the pitch, and the fact that they're not being fairly remunerated, and just so many other things happening. The Kenya team, work well under pressure. I think the adrenaline is gonna work out for them, and hopefully we're gonna qualify. What I'm not sure, Mika, is if we get into that playoff tournament, does that mean we are definitely gonna be an invitational team, or if we win the playoff tournament, we qualify to become a core team?
We win the playoff tournament, we remain in the
core.
We remain in the core teams.
Okay.
Now that means we remain on the core teams. That means the other 2 are gonna drop. Then 3 teams are gonna be promoted again.
Okay.
So they can make a 15.
Okay.
And so it makes it tricky because we don't perform well in the European legs. We have Tulu. We have Hong Kong, which is usually topsy-turvy. Sometimes we perform well, sometimes don't perform well.
Yeah.
So it definitely, the 3 series that are remaining are like, every series is going to be like a final for Kenya. Wow. We have to aim for the high points.
Yeah.
We have to at least aim for semi-final or higher for us to be safely and not wait for mathematics, not worry for anything.
Yeah.
So yes, that's something that, as you said, I believe the team has talent. The team has very good talent. The team has a good coach, but there's something that's not clicking.
Yeah,
there's something that's
because some of the mistakes that they were making, like,
there's something amiss, and I strongly believe it's things happening off the pitch, because these things tend to affect your performance on the pitch.
That is true. That is true. It does affect you, but then also, usually when it comes to sports, and I'll use an example I don't really want to use. I'll not use it anyway. When it comes to sport, there's sometimes whereby, no matter how much coached you've been coached, it's up to you in the field. There's some things you have to think. There's some stupid yellow cards. Some stupid passing mistakes. There's some things it's just up to you. You have to be smart on how you're playing. You have to be smart on how you're retaining the ball. So I believe we can turn it around. We have the personnel to turn it around.
But I think that also comes with experience. I think we were used to having this squad that was so experienced.
But we do have experience. We do have very experienced players in the team.
Yes.
We have Billy, who's very experienced. We have Oyo, who's very experienced.
True.
Bufa is experienced right now.
Yes.
Tanga is experienced right now.
Okay.
So these are not rookies. Those are 4 players. That's core of the 7 that play the game.
Wow. Yeah. So this is a tough one, and it's very personal, because that could just be the end of that would be a very big blow to rugby sevens in Kenya, because a lot of kids especially get inspired to get into the game when they see the Kenyan team performing at a very top level.
It's actually,
and they see themselves there.
It's actually sevens that made the game
popular.